Hi Gary, how's it going? You alright?
Yeah, good thanks. How you doing?
Not bad, thanks mate. I had something lined up for today.
Excellent.
Now I know we say this every time, but in the light of Tim's lesson last night.
Oh yes, well it's a good
Tim.
way forwards.
Indeed.
Thanks Tim.
Thanks Tim. Good ideas. Something I've been working on with Tim for a little while now. Now I know last week we talked about rhythm, we talked about using two guitars.
Yeah, I'd like to return to that, I think, in the future.
I think it's a good thing to return to. I mean, we all saw that pedal show episode, which was excellent, about sort of blending two guitars together. And therefore we did one of our own, because we think it's a very valid thing which doesn't get enough coverage.
Definitely.
Thanks,
True
guys,
that.
at the pedal show.
So
Dan Steinhardt and Mick Taylor for giving us that idea.
that's linked on the website as well.
Yeah, so I'm not complete freeloaders. However, what I've been discussing with Tim lately as well is how we change our licks up.
Yeah.
To kind of make things maybe a little less samey, a little less like we're maybe stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
Because even in the same solo, it's very easy to get the scale shape and just go kind of play the same thing.
Yeah.
So we've been jamming over a backing track, haven't we?
Yeah. I think it's a track we've looked at before, so it's quite good because obviously it's a return to that and we can glean a little bit more from it, possibly.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, Gary put a link to it in the description, I would imagine, won't he? But it's basically like a fusion-y kind of track.
Yeah.
B minor, natural minor, works over it, as with all the usual suspects, such as minor, pentatonic and blues. But it's not so much the notes we're talking about here. It's very easy to get het up about the notes and exactly what can I use,
Yeah.
But here it's about the licks. We're talking about making your licks stand out.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Tim, I used some sort of some solos that I thought were really good, concise solos as examples.
Yeah, okay.
Of how one idea moves on to the next idea, moves on to the next idea. And regardless of what style you play, just that nugget of information in itself, can be transferable to any guitar style.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So how do you think you're doing with your licks?
Well, better than they were this time last year.
Yeah, definitely improvement being made. When I heard you playing over the track, it's definitely moved in the right way, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
Would you say you always do licks of the same length?
Yeah, I think so. I think I break them into bars almost.
This is one thing that people often do. There's nothing sort of wrong with that to a point if you kind of want to move from one idea to the next, and maybe you haven't got room in the solo to really expand. One example I gave to Tim was Ritchie Samboura's solo from Dead or Alive.
Oh yeah,
by Bon Jovi. Okay, it's cock rock, yeah. But it's a great track, man.
Yeah,
he's a great player. Ritchie Samboura is a very underrated player.
Yeah,
he's got a distinct knack for the 15-second solo. To get in there, make your point, get the hell out of there again.
Yeah.
And, for solos
that's
do that.
Quite a good idea, yeah.
Ritchie Samboura is a master at those sort of solos. And I was saying to Tim, if you analyse Dead or Alive, just from a point of view of what the licks do, we're not worried about the notes. Like, if you want to learn it, find a tab and learn it. But it sort of goes from sort of octaves as it goes into it. Then there's a little bluesy lick. So it's like that's almost like that. The octaves is sort of one thing.
Yep.
Then the bluesy lick then connects to a little small pentatonic run, which then kind of has again a lick on the end, sort of finishing that idea.
Yeah.
Then there's a whole little section which is all sort of pinched harmonics.
Yeah.
And that in itself is a whole sort of new idea opened up. And then he does a sort of bluesy country rock kind of lick at the end.
Yeah.
And followed by the final thing where he's sort of chugging down the chords.
Yeah.
But everything moves from one cool idea onto another cool idea onto another cool idea.
Yeah.
And that, I think, keeps the interest of the listener.
Yeah.
You have to kind of, with a solo like that, it's quick fire solo.
Yeah.
So you're getting in, you've got to get all your ideas in a small space and then get out the other side. So we're talking partly about that kind of solo, but also about the solos that are more elongated, where maybe you can choose to play some longer licks.
Yeah, okay.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to solo for a little bit, trade in some licks. We're not going to play the whole thing, but just a little bit. And then we're going to look at maybe ideas that you liked, things that you thought were good, things you thought were bad.
Yeah.
Could be mine or yours. And what other ideas we could use, how we could kickstart our imagination for coming up with licks which might hold a bit more interest. And it doesn't matter whether you're, the weekend warrior, playing down the pub once a month on a Saturday night, or whether you're the seasoned professional.
Yeah.
There's always room to improve our solos. One would hope the seasoned professional doesn't need to watch this video. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All seasoned professionals, please leave a comment below.
So I think the way... yeah. And a thumbs down.
Thanks.
Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, look below. Look below as always. There'll be a write-up to this lesson with timings. If you're on a PC and you want to jump to a certain section and miss out any of our guff, hilarious though it is, then just click on the time link and then you get straight to that bit.
That's just for people with no sense of humour, really.
Exactly, yeah, I completely agree, yeah.
They would never have got the dog porn joke.
Well, the other reason I think you might do it is when you're coming back to the same video for the second, third or fourth time.
The joke isn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
As Morrissey once saying.
Although that dog thought it was.
The joke isn't funny anymore. Okay,
so I'm going to approach this, I think, guys, and my attempt, while Dan's setting that, is I think I'm going to just log a couple of things I'm going to try and get in there. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah.
This is an exercise really in trying to make any guitar player think differently.
Yeah.
Don't think that I don't get in a rut.
Yeah.
And I don't get sick of my own playing, because I do. But I think you get slightly better at maybe finding things that are new and finding things that are interesting, hopefully, as time goes on, if your mind is that way inclined.
Yeah, and it's quicker to get it in there, I guess, if you are a bit more proficient.
I guess you maybe have the techniques. It's maybe a little less of a barrier. But it doesn't mean that every single thing that one plays is a corker.
Mm.
You know what they say, you've got to kiss a lot of frogs to find a prince.
Yeah.
You've got to go through a lot of bad licks to find a good one.
That's what my wife says.
Right. So,
talking about the frogs.
Oh, right.
Right, so, what should I stick out there then?
What?
I think I'm going to go with... Just go.
I'm
going to go with some small...
Ignore you.
Yeah.
You're a bad machine.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
right.
Go for it. Why not?
There we are, some octaves. A bit of a bluesy thing. Try and get that blues note in.
Start with a bit of melody.
Yeah, nice.
Bendy.
Nice.
Trem.
Okay, so I'll try and do something similar. And bendy. this. Pentatonic, bit of tapping.
Okay, so let's
Nice. Okay, yeah.
Let's break it down.
Oh,
Okay.
I was really thinking about different themes, and it's quite nice to limit yourself like that sometimes, but it's also a little bit kind of you're then pushed into doing it as well, of course. You know.
Yeah, I think themes are interesting because I'm going to use an example. Now, I think I've used this example before.
Yeah.
Maneuvering my chair.
Yeah.
I think I've used this example before, but I think it's a good example.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I read a Guthrie Govan interview.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he was at a clinic, and he was taking a clinic, and he was sort of talking about, how essential it is to get sort of good ear training and really sort of not become a tab bunny sitting in your bedroom. And he said this older guy in his sort of 50s put his hand up and said, "I know what you're saying." And he said this older guy had this beautiful PRS. Oh, I'm not
yeah, sounding good today.
Yeah, I like it. He said this guy, he had this beautiful PRS, amazing quilt top on it. He obviously spent some of his life savings on it. And he said to Guthrie, he said, "I understand what you're saying." And he said, I get it. He said, "But my time of life and starting the guitar as late as I did and everything," he said, "really my goal is different." He said, if I could get up with the band and play the intro to Layla, or even play it in my bedroom and play it well, I would, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
And Guthrie said that it made him reevaluate because he realised how important goals were, however small those goals
Guthrie
were.
Govan wanted to make him reevaluate.
No, Guthrie made Guthrie reevaluate sort of how important goals were, however menial it might seem to other people, how important having a goal is.
Yeah, even if it's like you're way beyond it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even if it's, this is why I say to people on the phone when I'm talking to them about taking guitar lessons up with me, so, what's your goal? Do you want to be the next big thing? Do you want to be an amazing songwriter? Do you want to learn 6 chords and entertain people around the campfire?
Yeah.
All of these things I can teach, to teach you to be, but which one is you? Do you just want to improve? Do you just want to know a little bit more than you know today? You wanting to learn everything. What's your goal? What's your first thing?
It's not a terrible goal to just say, "I love playing and I want to improve," isn't it? It's
of course.
It's all right. That's kind of got me a long way, I think.
When I was sort of 18, in my 18-year-old naivety, I wanted to be the best guitarist that I could possibly be.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be beaten. I didn't want someone else to be faster. I didn't want someone else to have more technique. I didn't want to... Now, of course, in reality, that's a very naive statement.
Yeah.
We've all got something to bring to the table. However, whether we've been playing 6 months or 60 years.
Yeah.
But it kind of shows you where my mindset was at. That I was really, I was thirsty for the knowledge. I wanted to know how to play different stuff. I didn't want to be held back. I didn't want technique being too much of a barrier for me.
Or knowledge. Knowledge can be a barrier,
In the end, you realise there's all, it's a gunslinger's world.
Yeah.
There's always someone faster. There's always someone more proficient. There's always someone more accurate. I mean, when you hear someone like Rick Graham play, what do you do?
Yeah.
From a technical standpoint, what do you do?
Tommy Emmanuel, you just chug the guitar down and don't want to pick up again. No, it's inspiring.
Yeah, it is inspiring and frustrating all in one.
Yeah.
But there again, at the same time, I can appreciate his amazing abilities. But also I listen to someone like Dave Gilmour.
Yeah.
And his emotional connection to the instrument and to the piece of music he's playing, and therefore passing that on to his audience, I think is quite something. And he doesn't actually say much in terms of the notes he's putting out there, but by not saying much, he actually kind of delivers his message with incredible economy and says much by saying little.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounds really weird.
No, it's good.
But do you know what I mean? I think there's many of us who, if we had his touch and feel for the guitar, would possibly play a little less. You know, I mean, he's the ultimate for like showing you just how far a few notes can go.
Yeah.
You know, so there's guitarists of all different kinds, all different styles. But having that goal of what do I want to be? Do I want to be the best guitarist in my genre? Do I want to be just really proficient? All of these are good questions. All of these are well worth reaching for. And when it comes to sort of being pinned down to the licks, it's about kind of that creativity, that creativity thing, you know, and that will make a difference as well, depending on who you want to be as a guitar player. You know, possibly if you're a rock guy and you're shredding away, maybe you've forgotten about how important bending and vibrato is.
Yeah.
So perhaps actually one of your goals, rather than learning mixolydian sharp 11 everywhere, might be to make your vibrato sound really great.
Yeah.
So you're playing has a real sweetness to it. And when you play slow, it sounds as good as when you play fast. Yeah. Maybe if you are a blueser and you've got that lovely feel and that lovely vibrato, being able to learn a few more technical things so you're a bit more proficient and know the fretboard maybe a little better.
Yeah.
All
of these things
might be
really
useful to you.
Yeah.
If you're a country guitar player and you've been using clean or not particularly dirty guitar sounds all your life, you know, jump on the metal train.
Yeah.
Learn something different. Have a surprise left in your life.
Been playing a bit of dadgad. That's quite good.
Yeah, I've done a bit of that. It's hard.
It's interesting.
It definitely is interesting, yeah.
I found a little way in of the capo. And I saw that some of the Irish guys, they have a fast slide capo.
Oh, okay.
So you can change in the middle of the song.
Oh, wow.
Like if you're playing in A and you want to go up to the fifth chord, just move the capo and carry on with your same kind of notes there. It's a good idea, isn't it? It's basically cheating, but it's good. Yeah, yeah.
So what we're talking about, like you were saying with these licks, really is trying to theme a lick. You know, and if you're finding that maybe a lick hasn't got the, you know, as good a sound because the theme that you're choosing is not something you're proficient at, make it your goal, not the whole Guthrie thing, make it your goal to be good at that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so rather than things plateauing, I'm gonna play you what I hear in lessons a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. No disrespect to students.
No,
well, I hear a lot of this.
Well, I'm glad that you're not just saying play something, Gary. It's like... I remember playing like that. I remember playing like that. I don't feel like much past that, but there we go.
I hear a lot of this sometimes in certain lessons that I teach, maybe with sort of the younger kids and that, and it takes time to get that flow.
Yeah, there's an experiment with the sound as well, isn't it? It's just like, what's this note sound like against this? What's it?
You have to use your ears, and sometimes I think people play the notes like that. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on in the backing.
Yeah.
So, looking at your octave thing, for example, we want to move graciously between the octave thing and the other. So, we'll pick like an octave line.
Nice, that's already really nice, isn't it? So you're going from the
So 9 and 12.
E, yeah.
We made sure that we landed in a place where you can get your bluesy thing on, which was the next thing you did.
Yeah.
So by landing there.
Okay. Something like that, yeah. Something.
Yeah. I want you, when you play, I want you to try and be a bit bold.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes you look a little bit scared.
Oh, terrified. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
When people get worried and scared, they shake.
Yeah, okay.
And unfortunately for guitarists, it makes they wobble a bit.
Yeah.
And I want you to be confident in, I know it can be hard, we're doing with a new thing, but try and be sort of confident.
Yeah.
This applies to the band thing as well. And
a
lot of it's down to rehearsal, but also being confident in what you're doing.
Yeah,
I know this is going to sound like $1,000,000.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not lofty.
I know.
From,
I know. 80% that this is going to feel like $1 million. Yeah.
You don't want to be lofty from Bob the Builder, do you?
No.
The crane that always worries about it. Will the notes sound good, Lofty? I think so. No, I think it's sound crap.
Yeah.
But you want to take that nervousness away.
Yeah. Okay, I understand.
If you can, I know it's a big ask.
Yeah.
But try and relax into it.
Yeah.
And not be too jittery about moving on to the next bit. Just try and relax into it.
Let a bit of space, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I know we're asking you to play certain things.
Yeah, that's right.
But it also helps when you're transitioning from one lick to another that you do it smoothly. And some of this will be just purely down to practice, but people do get quite nervous.
Yeah.
Either they're just playing in front of me or playing in front of,
these guys.
Those guys. You're the whole 5 people who looked at one last month.
Yeah.
You scare me, Richard.
We really appreciate the 5 people that are leaving it on loop so that it looks like we get thousands of listens.
Or the one person that's looked at it 5 times.
Yeah. It's me. I've got a computer at home. It's just on repeat. It's fine.
But that kind of transitioning from lick to lick, you want that trying to make that confident.
Yeah.
If I'm not sure about something, I might choose to just let a note hang.
Yeah.
Or I might leave a sensible amount of space before playing the next thing.
Yeah.
I would always look at the licks that you're good at and confident with already as like a bit of a safety net.
Yeah, I like that lesson on form ages ago. I haven't done enough of that really. I've had some different. Quite a while ago, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we did a lesson where I came up with some licks and then we polished them.
Oh yes,
we talked about form and stuff.
That's right.
I do return to those ones occasionally, so yeah, it's good.
But, I think it was Prince.
Something like that.
I think it was Prince who coined the phrase. I can't remember exactly what the phrase was, but basically what he was sort of saying was, rehearsal is where you make your mistakes.
Yeah.
Rehearsal is where you kind of, you hone your craft at home.
Yeah. You
go to rehearsal to rehearse the songs that you can play properly, and live you play them that way.
Yeah.
Live is no place. Well, I know I'm possibly going to get shot down for this, but I would say live is no place to take unreasonable risks.
Yeah.
If you think you can play something and it's going to add something to the song and it's going to be great, and I'm not talking about, that extra note in between notes.
Yeah.
1200 and 1202.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, if you're going to do like a wild lick that's, really, really difficult, technically demanding, or you're going to put in something which seems a little bit out of character of the song. You think it might work, you're not sure. Rehearsals are better places to try those things out.
Yeah.
You know, if you get anything which is asking a lot of you, probably the live arena is not the best place to do that. You want to be giving of your best.
Unless you're busking.
Even then,
yeah. You might get less money, yeah.
A live gig, you want to be giving of your best. You want to be giving people stuff that is rehearsed, is tight, it sounds good, and you're guaranteed it sounds good. You know it sounds great because you played it a million times.
Yeah.
You know, in some respects, you're better off playing an audience, you know, a song that you've played previously that's maybe not such a good song as a song that you've never played before, but you're going to attempt to take it out of the bag. It's why I really hate it when audiences
I've been there
and go, "Oh, do you know such a song?" And you kind of, you know, I'm terrible at lying. I can't lie.
You pulled it off with the Boys of Summer, your band.
Got away with
it.
You
got
the answer.
Yeah, it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. It had quite a good vibe to it. That
we did at one point play it quite a bit. But some people come up to you and, like, even if you vaguely heard of this song,
yeah,
it was a weird B-side, you think you saw it on Top of the Pops in 1974. That's good enough for them to go, yeah, I'll have a go, I'll play. No, really, are you that desperate that you don't mind something crap coming out of my speakers?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you're better off with something that's sorted.
There's a certain element of... it's a bit of a compliment, I guess, because they're obviously got some faith in that what's going to come out is going to be good because they've listened to everything else and they're going...
When there's that much beer abuse going on, it's...
Yeah, all right, okay. Might have something
to do with it. Talking.
All right. Yeah. Very, 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 very good point, yeah.
You know...
squeaky chairs.
So, that way is. But yeah, I think when it comes to rehearsing, you know, you hone your craft at home.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was kind of what Prince was saying. You know, at home, this is where you try your ideas out.
Yeah.
Is at home. You know, you kind of like get your stuff together.
Yeah.
Then you go to rehearsal. If you want to try an idea at rehearsal, that's okay. It's just a rehearsal. But
don't make everyone else stand around waiting for you for half an hour.
Yeah.
While you try and nail something.
Exactly. Yeah. Rehearsal's a place to rehearse. If you try it and it doesn't work, fine. You go, oh, sorry, I was trying something new.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Okay, no problem. Or it does work, let's keep it in.
Yeah.
Then when you go live, you know what you're going to do. I don't profess to know every single note in every single solo that I'm going to play, but I've got a pretty good idea.
Mm.
You know, the rhythm stuff and that is pretty much cast in stone, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to solos and things, generally I've worked out already some cool licks which I think work. I've worked out what works with what and what kind of approach works.
Got the essence of the solo.
Yeah.
If there's a certain phrase that has to be in there or something.
Exactly. If it's a solo that's pre-written, as we were saying last week, something that's been done previously and you can't really improve on what the artist has already done, you're going to cover their song, then you do what they've already done.
Yeah.
You know, but this is what I'm getting at, you know, for there to be the time at home when you do craft this stuff, you've got to put the time in to do it.
Yeah.
The time in to come up with the licks, to come up with the ideas.
Yep, cool.
So let's have another pass with Gary feeling nice and relaxed.
I'm going to go through the same thing several times to try and make it more relaxed, I think.
Go for it.
One day. Right, I'm going to get that in again.
So how did it feel trying to relax a bit?
Oh, well, I quite enjoyed the limitation of I'm just going to stick with these octaves and this this blues thing. I'm going to play around with that and then try and work out with that. Yeah, that felt a bit more relaxed as I was playing. I mean, you know, it wasn't perfect.
One really good remedy for sort of not feeling so relaxed or feeling a little bit edgy or a little bit when you play is sort of go through the things that you know you've got to do, but over and above what you've got to do, maybe.
Yeah, running with weights, as you said,
Yeah. So, like, for instance, go up the whole scale in B minor using octaves.
Yeah, I was tentatively thinking of that, and I never did, It's funny. Yeah, okay, so we got that.
Like the whole natural minor.
The whole
scale.
natural minor.
So you go from F sharp to G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, and then back around. Because what we're trying to get is a bit of mastery over that whole sort of thing.
Yeah. I like the octaves actually. I think there's a lot
you can do. So when you've got the octaves there, you know, you can use them like you did in the solo, you know. Or you can do like the Foo Fighters thing with them, where you use them to fatten up a melody.
Yeah.
Or the Steve Vai thing, where you slide up into it.
Using your pick and finger for that one.
I certainly was.
Oh,
I was on the. You can do it there. I was using the G and the top E. Yeah. So you sort of slide. Slide first.
Oh, right. Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing is, when we come up with an idea, often what people hear is the idea. But they may have no idea of where that idea came from. Sorry, that's a lot about ideas. But what I mean by that is, you know, they know the lick.
Yeah.
But what's behind that lick? If we can dig a little deeper and we can find out what other things we could do, maybe both mechanically and sort of, you know, to kind of make people feel it a little bit with a lick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got more chance of coming up with something original and interesting and usable in lots of different situations.
Draining the most ideas out of the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, where I used to come up with I came up with like the idea of the pentatonic thing. Where maybe you've got the wider sort of 3-note per string pattern.
So like that.
So if I was I'm in B. I got the idea, I never really thought about it. I kind of thought, oh, they look stretchy and tricky. But many years ago, I went for a lesson, just a one-off lesson with Phil Hilborn. And he was like, oh, have you ever thought about trying this? And he showed me these sort of 3-note string minor pentatonic shapes.
Yeah.
This sort of lick that was in that kind of vein. And I thought, oh, and that spurred my interest. I thought, oh, well, he's got E there.
The whole way up the fretboard, yeah. It's a quick way of moving up, isn't it?
It's a nasty one.
But
on the 10 on the 8. And all legato as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's pretty mean, isn't it? So that was one place it came from.
So are you even hitting with the...
Sometimes.
Just the first note. Yeah, okay.
So there was that one.
Yeah.
But then there was also this other guitar player, I can't remember his name, Darryl something or other, but who used 3 notes on one string, then 1 note on the next, then 3 notes on the next string, then 1 note on the next.
Ah, right, yeah.
And he did it in like a sort of almost...
Sounds quite Chris Greeny, that.
Economy picking kind of...
So you got that idea as well, yeah.
So I got that idea. That's kind of interesting.
Starting on the E.
Yeah, and then there was a Joel Hoekstra thing where he did that kind of thing. G, I can't remember exactly what it was.
So it's the same pattern all the way up. It's G minor pentatonic. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly.
That kind of thing. Is that right? Yeah. Slowly.
Something along those lines.
Keeping the hand in the same position.
Yeah.
Then you move your position.
So you've got 2 notes on one string.
Oh, so 2 notes first, like 3 notes. Be a happy accident while I was
Yeah, same as the pentatonic space. But you get the idea.
I think I get the idea.
Pretty mad, isn't it? Something like that.
I floated what I think is quite a good idea for a podcast or a couple of podcasts a couple of weeks ago. And maybe we should say that, I'm not going to bother to do this unless people get in touch. But I was thinking of going back over like loads of episodes, writing out, not in tab, but writing out, we did this, we did that, we did this, all these kind of exercises, and then spending a couple of podcast episodes and going over it all.
We could do that.
Should we do it how many people do we want to write in? 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. When we hit 20 that agree with that's a good idea, then we'll do it. Because it's a bit of effort. Yeah.
But those sort of 3-note per string pentatonic ideas came from all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, also there was a nasty Shawn Lane lick as well.
I love Shawn Lane.
Which went down, which just
pentatonic. He is half a bugger, isn't he?
Went down like that.
We're really rinsing the 3 notes per string pentatonics here. We're in G again, yeah?
Right. And then onto the B string. Right. Sorry. I missed out a bit. Now up to the...
I'll try that again. G. Okay.
Nasty, isn't it? Nasty little gits.
Soon learn your pentatonic shapes, are they?
Absolutely.
Good little exercise for that.
It's evil.
Yeah, okay.
But if you then whack a tap on top of some of this stuff, so you get maybe like the 2 notes.
Great.
It's quite a wild thing going on.
So just
and then if you take the same sort of shape down here, you're still in G. Still using the 3 notes on top.
where are we starting? Just there. no, it's is that right? So
Yes. So by way of example,
Great.
like I was saying about digging a bit deeper,
Yeah.
it's one thing to go, oh yeah, you got a 3-note string pentatonic, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm going to learn that 1 3-note per string
Right.
pattern, and then that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we dig a little deeper,
There's a lot more to
like,
that.
you see that because I've done a little bit more homework,
Yeah.
I'm now aware of a few other things that can be done.
Are we talking about a few more hours or days, maybe?
Years or
And we're talking solid years.
I mean, obviously it all goes in a great big melting pot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, that's just one example.
That's a good band name, The Great Big Melting
The
Pot.
great big melting pot. You know, with all the time I did sort of working on some of the country stuff, you know, you get all the lovely sort of double. You get to know all the bends.
Nice.
All those kind of sounds.
Ridiculously nice.
You only get that by a little bit of time spent.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So there's other ideas sometimes, like the thing from Waves, Guthrie Govan's Waves,
Yeah,
where he was arpeggiating, but he kept string skipping.
yeah.
And I thought, well, that's a cool thing. So we could take a scale.
Cool. Yeah,
So
really
you get a
cool.
sound that other people then don't have.
Yeah.
You know, I've mixed that with a bit of Vito Bratta.
Yeah, okay.
So you get the Vito
Let's have
Bratta.
can I have a quick look at that one? I really like that sound.
Yeah.
I know we're a little on the
Right.
late side, aren't we?
So like say we were doing you do a pentatonic run or whatever.
Yeah.
He was arpeggiating it, which made it quite difficult, but still
Yeah.
feasible.
It's super quick, isn't it? Like, what are you talking about, waves?
Waves, so
Yeah, it's super fast, isn't it, really?
It's about the pace I played it there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all arpeggiating,
Okay.
but then there are some fast sections. But you could arpeggiate, for instance, say you wanted to arpeggiate a B minor chord. You could go from the root.
Finger.
So you have a B minor seventh.
Can I just see your finger?
So
which fingers you use?
So you've gone from root, minor third, fifth, minor third to root, seven to root.
You're changing your fingers quite. Yeah.
You're going to have
So-
to.
We'll get that.
7, but in quite an original way.
Yeah, I like that.
And if you can map out in your mind or even on a piece of paper, if you're not quite there with mapping it in your head, like where the different shapes are.
Yeah.
So like you've got sort of B minor.
Yeah, you got 2 shapes. Got that one as well.
That's it. And then you. But it's got sort of endless possibilities, and you're string skipping as well, so you're going from sort of low to high, so almost like an octave displacement kind of thing.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
When you then come to play over a piece, like say I want to play over this, but I'll play over it in, works better over section 2, doesn't matter. Not the best piece for it, but yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah.
But you do the Vito Bratta thing as well, mix that in with it, where he used to add sort of notes,
dry notes,
tap notes.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So he would sort of tap, to add to.
Yeah.
But just adding in extra notes, like it's
just like a pentatonic rather than a.
I was using a bit of both there, really.
This kind of thing.
Yeah. It's funny, ever since we talked about not being so nervous, you don't seem so nervous.
Yeah. Well, we're just figuring things out and not like, on the spot. It's cool.
But I know we jest about it, but people do get nervous when they play. And when it comes to playing something that's technically difficult, they do get concerned about it. Even if it's internally rather than externally, and it does manifest itself in people kind of having a few nerves and a few jitters.
Yeah, when you're at the top of your technique, and you're not quite sure where the notes are, and you're at the top of the technique, it's
tissue on the edge.
It's a fun place. It's a fun place to be, really.
But on the precipice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, people do funny things like they sort of stop breathing. They'll sort of hold their breath.
Oh, hang on! I just realised. Yeah,
and people do that. One of the best tips I've got, if you can, and it's a funny sort of thing, is try and relax.
Yeah.
Try and relax. There's a very interesting little video that I watched that Rick Graham put up the other day, and he said that most guitarists play with too much tension.
Yeah. More
tension than they need to.
Is that worse in the right hand or the left hand? Or just
I think both probably. But
yeah.
He was referring to the fretting hand, and he said, if you normally play a note, say, he said, what I want to do, he said, I want to work backwards. He said, I want to start with a bad sounding note.
Oh yeah.
And then he said, just keep plucking it, and and then just gently press until it becomes a good sounding note. So that's how much tension you need to successfully play, play the note.
There.
Keep going until you get a nice clear note. He said you don't need any more, and you don't need any less.
Yeah.
He said you don't need more because you're producing a nice note. You don't need less because that produces a bad note. When you're playing lines like that, when it's all legato and things, you know, it's much more relaxing. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, you can actually, on a well set up guitar in particular, afford to not really slam it. And while we want obviously enough tension to fret the notes properly, and I think he's got a point. I think most of us play with too much tension. You know, and there's nothing wrong with kind of getting into it, of course. And we are going to tense up a bit more when we get into it. But maybe try and think about that and use that to relax. Because when you kind of clench your fists or whatever, your whole body kind of just feels tense.
Goes jerky at a time,
Right.
Yeah.
And if you kind of be sort of quite relaxed. If I want to play something really gnarly, I want to be relaxed. I don't want to be like... It's the sound that I'm creating which is out of character with where I want to be. The sound I'm creating might be more edgy and exciting and everything, but actually I want to be super relaxed to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a gnarly run. Something like that. I want to hit every note.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tense. I want to be relaxed.
Yeah, cool.
Do you know what I mean?
Thanks, yeah.
One more go over this?
Yeah, go on.
Got
visitors at home, but they can wait a little bit.
It matters not one
It
jot.
doesn't matter.
Do you want to go or shall I?
Go on, I'll start it then.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with. No one ever says that to you.
The first time for everything. Okay.
There is. Sorted.
So what you want to do really with every technique is dig a bit.
Yeah.
Dig a bit, folks. You know, work it.
Yeah.
Don't go, I can't do this technique. Of course you can't.
You haven't tried yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got to...
Good advice.
got to dig a bit. Got to work it a bit.
Yeah.
Because also techniques take a while to work into your playing, or certain sounds like that. Take a while to kind of be absorbed and then absorbed into your playing so that they're workable and useful.
Yeah.
You know, they're not always useful first time out. You know, there's plenty of times I've gone for it and thought, oh, I'm going to make this work, and it was just complete catastrophe. It's back to the chopping shed and doing a bit more wood shedding until we get it right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So keep chipping away, folks.
And we're looking for how many was it?
As I will.
20 people to write in, and we'll do a technique file, which would be great for me. So I hope you do write in.
Yeah, come and tell us how much you love it.
Thanks very much,
we
guys.
shall deliver.
Cheers.